If you are someone like me, you're very good at creating compelling arguments in your mind why you shouldn't do something or why you should do something later. And when I start listening to my feelings, or when I start listening to the conclusions that my mind creates from what I'm feeling, then I get stuck. I get stuck in loops of overthinking, overanalyzing, questioning everything because I want to know what is the right direction and what is the wrong direction. Because I don't want to be making the wrong decision. And in this chaos of thinking, I don't even know what's true anymore. And this is also my Achilles heel. Whenever I commit to something, whenever I'm going into a direction, after a few steps, I start questioning again. And then I take a few steps again and I start questioning again because I'm, for some reason, looking for this full body universal certainty where every arrow is pointing into the same direction consistently towards the same commitment, towards the same goal, towards the same decision. And there's no questioning possible because I'm certain that I need to go into that direction. I'm looking for that kind of certainty. And when I fall into that trap, that I start questioning and trying to find that feeling of certainty, that's the moment I start to be passive. I start playing it small. I start to take small steps. And that's why there's one sentence that I hold very close to me, which is, your commitment stays the commitment. This is a sentence that I've been writing down every single day for 2 weeks now in the morning because I want to imprint it in my mind. Your commitment stays the commitment. I can take my feelings very serious. I can make them very important. I can make all my thoughts very important and start to believe whatever is said. But my commitment, it doesn't care about what I'm feeling. It doesn't care about what I'm thinking. It doesn't care about my circumstances. The commitment stays the commitment. I envision my commitment sitting there in the corner, just looking at me like, are you done? Are you done with all the questioning and overthinking? Because the work just needs doing. If I commit to going to the gym on a daily basis, it doesn't care if I feel tired. It doesn't care if I'm sore, or if I had a bad night of sleep, or if I have a lot of work to do. The commitment stays the same. So the thing that I derive certainty from is not from my thoughts or from my feelings. If you are a human being, you will experience the full spectrum of emotions and feelings. This is part of being human. So why would you derive certainty from something that's that unpredictable? Similar to your thinking. You've probably experienced how crazy your mind can get. And you are not your thinking. Your thinking is not the truth. And you don't have to make all of the feelings and thinking so important. It doesn't mean that something is wrong with you just because you feel something. It doesn't mean that you have unresolved trauma that you have to dive deeper into because you feel an uncomfortable feeling. This is just part of the human experience. There are so many things outside of your control that you are not even aware of that are influencing the way you think and the way you feel. What does it change about your commitment? Nothing. So whenever I made the commitment, for example, to make these daily YouTube videos, this was coming from a place of peace and from a place of stillness, because I was doing one of my favorite activities in the world, taking a hot shower. And in this moment, the question came to me, what if you would make daily YouTube videos? And I felt excited. I felt inspired, like, ooh, that sounds like a fun commitment, like a fun challenge on a daily basis, creating YouTube videos. My mind started to question the shit out of this thought that came to me, or this idea that came to me. What if you're not supposed to do this? What if you're walking into the wrong direction? What if you would commit to something for a year and you have been walking for a year into the wrong direction? And now you have to go all the way back and walk into a different direction. You've wasted all this time. You need to create a strategy. Why are you otherwise putting so much time into these videos? What is the point? You know what? You're not even sure if you're doing it from the right place. You're not doing it with the right reasons. You need to reflect more to make sure that this decision is in alignment. And you can hear how valid these thoughts are and these reasons. There's so much truth in this. Of course I want to live in alignment. Maybe I should reflect more. But then, when I really take some time to slow down and question this, how do I know that this is true? Do I know that all of this is true? Like, I don't know. This is what is the actual truth. With all the questions that my mind put onto this commitment, the real truth is I don't know. All that I knew is that I felt inspired in that moment. And I can create all kinds of compelling reasons of why I should do it, and I can create all kinds of reasons why I shouldn't do it. But the moment that it comes from a place of stillness and a place of peace, I trust my commitment and I make the commitment. I can listen to all this questioning, but whenever I come to the truth of I don't know, I add a sentence, which is, let's find out. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's commit and we'll see. We'll see what happens. You're not going to create certainty here. You're not going to create certainty with everything that you're feeling. The certainty comes from the commitment. And whenever you take action in the world, that's when you are immediately exposed to what is real. Through action and through radical commitment, you will figure out what is the truth. Not in here, not by thinking more. So that's why, to come back to the sentence, like, how do you stay committed when you don't feel like it? It doesn't matter what you're feeling. The commitment stays the commitment. It doesn't matter what you're thinking. Commitment stays the commitment. So that's why, that's the thing that I hold true to myself. So when I committed to these daily YouTube videos, of course I felt pressure immediately because I wanted to make a public commitment. Immediately I was thinking, what if I don't feel like it? Like, what if I'm not able to schedule this in my calendar? What if I forget a day? What will people think of me? All these questions start popping up. But then I come back to what is the truth. I don't know any of these things. And the only thing that's certain is my commitment. The videos just need to be filmed. That's it. You can overcomplicate personal development. You can overcomplicate all of these things as much as you want to, but you can also simplify it. It's this simple. It doesn't matter what you feel. It doesn't matter if you feel fear. It doesn't matter if you feel a lack of confidence. You can still follow through on the commitment. It doesn't matter if you feel tired. The commitment stays the commitment.